I've just recently had a request to do a tutorial for these very elegant dangly earrings. So every time you make them, they'll look very different. You can see if you have a cylinder bead, or you have a big round bead, or if you have a smaller pearly bead, or if you have a stalk across, they're just going to look different with different colored wires, different beads. So I'll show you the principle and the technique. So I'm using 30 millimeters of 0.8 millimeter wire, that's 20 gauge wire, and I've cut 8 lengths of the same measurement, and now I'm going to create little links at either end of these stalks. So using my round nose pliers, centering that link so that the link sits central to the stem. And you want to do that to all 8 of these lengths. So always work in stages with earrings, because it helps you create these pieces to be, more similar in shape if you're doing something repetitively. So now I want to twist to make sure those circles, or those circular links at either end, are sitting on the same plane. So it looks like a sort of double-sided head pin. So do that to all of the 8 stalks. So here you are, you've got them ready, you've got your little stalks. Now we're going to hammer, because we want to flatten and spread that center bit between the links. Now you might hammer a bit of a link, but you're trying to aim for the center portion. Don't try not to hammer the links. It's inevitable that, because they're quite short and the hammer head is a certain size, that you probably will hit a bit of but aim for the center like this and just sort of flatten that middle area. So do that to all 8 pieces. The next stage is to grip and cover each of those end links. And it's great if you have a pair, or 2 pairs rather, of flat nose pliers, but you can do it with 1 pair of flat nose and 1 chain nose. And you see I'm twisting and pulling at the same time 3 times, and that creates a twisted stem on my stalk. So you want to do that to all of those 8 pieces. I've actually got a tutorial on a whole chain made like this. Now get the bead you're going to use for your center bead, and create a link on each side of the bead. So again, just bend the wires so that it's centered, and then create the link. So you've got centered, and always make those links run on the same plane. So do that with so it could be a cylindrical bead, it could be another one of those twisted stems for the center. And now I'm going to make some jump rings. So you'll need some jump rings to connect everything together. So just make a little bit of a coil, and that once you've made the coil, cut through. So you've probably seen me do this many times before, and I've got a whole tutorial on making findings such as jump rings. So you want to cut those off, and then we're going to open them up sideways, link the ends of 2 different stalks together. So that brings those 2 together. And you're obviously going to do that with your second earring. I'm just going to show you one for the moment. Now open up the side links of the bead that you're going to use for the center of your earring, and link into one of the stalks, and then you're going to link in to the other side. So that's going to spread the 2 stems or stalks out. So you're going to get that triangular effect at the top, and then open up the other links to do the same for the base of the earring. So you've got another triangle creating this rhombus shape to the earring, which is always very elegant for a dangly earring. So again, you want to go into the opposite end of the bead, link in, close up your link, and then we're going to connect with another jump ring to create that triangle tip where they meet. And once you've done that, you can decide what you want to dangle from there. You could make a little spiral to hang off. You could make a bead. I've got some little beads here that I've collected to carry on with the green theme, the golden green theme. So I'm going to link that on with a jump ring, because the little end beads that I'm going to dangle from the base of the earring actually have been drilled at the top of the bead rather than through the bead. So I'm using a jump ring to link in to each side so that I can suspend it. And always check when you're hanging something off what angle it's suspended off, because you might need to add another jump ring in between so that it hangs flat to the actual earring. So those are my components, and I'm going to use that other bead for the top. So I've made one, and I'll just show you how I finish off the second one. So you're going to add a jump ring between the last bead, so we'll do that now. So that's where the little leaf, glass leaf bead will come. That's the dangle. And then I want to show you something, how to customize ready-made ear wire. So here's just a bought ready-made ear wire. I'm going to very gently unravel the link at the base of the ear wire, straighten it out with my flat nose pliers, and just continue to straighten that wire. Add my bead, any bead that sort of will blend with the rest of my earring, and that will just inject a bit more colour to the piece. And then I'm going to link that on top of the earring, which brings the green colours to finish off a nice sort of unified piece. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. So do have fun playing around with this design. Thanks for watching.